What's going on? Welcome back to the channel and happy New Year's Eve 2023. This is going to be the last video for 2023, and when you see this it's going to be New Year's Day of 2024, so happy New Year. So we're back at it on the CL350 1971 Honda, and today's the day. We're going to take it for its first ride and we're going to see what she can do. This is going to be the next to the last video on this project, and then we're going to move on to another one. So before we take it on that ride, you know, I gotta take you in, and I've got to show you everything we've done to this because it's quite a bit. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's get a closer look at this bad boy. Alright, so let's just kind of go from tip to tail here, stem to stern, however you want to say it. I'm just going to walk you through everything that I've done. It's quite a bit of stuff to go through here. Just be patient with me. I promise you there's a nice epic ride video coming up if she runs. I think she will. So let's just start up here. So we've got a new front brake cable. As you can see, I've cleaned a lot of this stuff up here. New clutch lever, new clutch cable. I went ahead, buffed out the gas tank. As you can see, that 52-year-old paint really cleaned up nice. Sadly, I think this is going to be candy topaz orange in a later life, but hey, for now, it looks good. Underneath the gas tank, you can't see it. I had to put a new condenser on it because I kept burning the points, and when I started it up with it running and this cover off, it looked like a fireworks show with sparks in there, which led me to the condenser probably being bad, which it was after I swapped it out. That cured that problem. Again, we put this points cover on there. It was missing when we got it. We put the stator cover on, as you can see here. Polished on that a little bit. Rebuilt both carburetors. Also installed the new rubber intake manifolds, carburetor boots, whatever you want to call them, between the carburetor and the head. That's almost mandatory on these when they're that old. That rubber was just way too hard. It wasn't providing a good seal any longer. Put reproduction side covers, correct side covers from Marbles Motors. I'll put a link in the description to that. Obviously, they need to be painted. They just come in the raw plastic, but these are a very nice reproduction side covers for a pretty affordable price. They're not very much. I can't remember how much it was, but it was so little it's not worth mentioning. And then I sourced the correct side cover badges from 4-into-1, I believe. Those were a little pricey, but again, necessary. I did go through and I went ahead and rebuilt the kickstand and foot peg assembly, but by rebuilt, I mean but new spring, cleaned up the hardware, new foot peg rubbers, everything's, you know, I just didn't look good and I didn't like it. Coming back to the rear, we put new reproduction shocks on it, again from 4-into-1, very reasonably priced, and we got rear turn signals and they work. I was missing pretty much all of the hardware that involves this rear fender when I got the bike. So it took me a while to source everything between, new reproduction and eBay. But again, we've got a tail light on here. We got, the bracket, the tail light, got our Iowa license plate, Russell Wells County. And then, real quick before we jump to the other side, these rims, they were pretty rough. And I've cleaned them up the best I can. I think what those really need is, to be show quality, they need to be re-chromed. And there's nothing wrong with them other than the chrome being pitted if you look up close. So it'd be a shame to throw those original rims in the trash and put some reproductions on it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get around here to the other side. Okay, got you around here to the other side. Again, our new turn signals. Get you a good view of these new shocks. Those are really nice, and they really set it off compared to the crusty, rusty ones that were on there. Again, another Marbles Motors reproduction side cover with correct badging. Underneath the seat, I've showed you this in the previous videos. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch. But we've got that new gel battery in there. We replaced the old glass style fuse with a blade style automotive fuse. And the other thing that I did that I had not put on a video was I replaced the old selenium rectifier and separate voltage regulator with an integrated modern style regulator rectifier module. That was literally plug and play, and I think it was like $15-20. And the health of the charging system on this is just unbelievable now. So it was definitely worth it. Ended up had to put a new fuel petcock on there. Again, reproduction available. Here's the other rebuilt carburetor. I put a new tack cable on. Didn't need it other than aesthetically it was old. So all the cables have been replaced. Front brake cable, brake lever. The only cable I didn't replace was the throttle cable, which I have, but I figured that'd make more sense to work on that if, when this gets tore down for paint and whatnot. And then, if you remember, I think in one of my first videos, I talked about I had some issues with the gas cap. Well, I've got a new reproduction gas cap. It's a really nice unit. It does not leak. I tested it. I put gas in this thing and turned it upside down. Not the entire motorcycle, just the tank. And it did not leak. So really happy with that. That was another one of them items. It was a bit pricey, but I mean, for what you're getting out of it, it was worth the extra money. But I think that's about it. Function-wise, every single thing works on this. All the way down to the backlighting and the gauges, that works. Your turn signal indicator, neutral indicator, high beam indicator works. Low and high beam headlight, all 4 turn signals, tail light, brake light, front and rear. It's dialed in. And like I said in one of the previous videos, if I was hanging on to this, I'd go ahead. I'd probably paint match these side covers, and I would definitely put new tires on it because I think these are date coded 2002, and they do have some weather checking on them. But other than that, this is exactly how this bike would stay if I was keeping it. I would ride the tires off of it. But that's not how this is going to go, and that you're going to see more about that in the video that follows this, the last and final video. But let's go ahead, and I just want to show you real quick before we take this for a ride. I want to show you how easily this thing starts now that I've got everything dialed in. All right, got the key turned on. Let me give this starter button a little bump here and see what happens. And you see that was cold start, no choke, no throttle, and it fired right to life. So, with all that, I think it's time. Let's get this thing outside and let's get it on the road where the real fun's going to begin. All right, guys, of course, Richard had to get out on the action, and as you can see, he didn't last long. He got tired and laid down. But we did it. Brought this thing home 22 days ago. 22 days ago, it was a dirty mess, missing a bunch of parts, did not run, and you just saw it with your own eyes. She's ready to go. Like I've said already, I would leave it just this way, but we're actually giving this away to one of our loyal subscribers. And what? But we're actually giving this away to one of our loyal subscribers. And sorry, I don't have no merch for you to buy. I get to pick the winner. You don't have to buy anything. And I've already picked a winner, and it's a really special story. So you're gonna have to stick around for the last video on this, because not only are we gonna give it away, we're gonna deliver it, and we're gonna make a video out of it. So, you know, like I always say, if you like what you're seeing here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, it's free. And thanks for watching.